I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky. The first time ever I saw your face, I thought the sun rose in your eyes. The moon and the stars were the gifts you gave to the dark and in the sky.
I'll be waiting a minute. You're supposed to look back.
Okay. Oh yes? You sure?
He's fine.
You okay? Yes. Wardrobe malfunction. You had him very worried.
Yeah, never.
No, it won't be worried. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
What are you going to do now?
No, no.
Oh, right, he's on. Already. All right.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. To one and all of you who have travelled from near and far, Martin and Jeanette, thank you for your presence here today, and now ask for your consent, encouragement and lifelong support for their decision to be married. Roy, as Jeanette's escort today, do you give your consent for these two being married here today?
I do.
Thank you. My name is Irene King and I am the Assistant Registrar for the District of Perth and Kinross, and I have been authorised by the Registrar General for Scotland to conduct civil marriages in accordance with the Marriage Scotland Act of 1977. That's the boring bit out of the way. We are gathered here today to celebrate the marriage of Martin and Jeanette and to share with them their decision to join their lives together. Marriage, according to Scottish law, is a union of one man and one woman, voluntarily entered into to the exclusion of all others. It is a way of life that we all should honour, and it should not be undertaken lightly or selfishly, but respectfully, responsibly, and after serious thought. Before I proceed with the ceremony, it is my duty to remind you both of the solemn and binding character of the vows that you are about to make. And I now must ask you to formally identify yourselves in my presence. Martin, can you please confirm that you are Martin Robert Adamson?
I am.
Jeanette, can you please confirm that you are Jeanette Margaret Cogan?
I can. I am.
Right, we're both. It's okay,
How
we've got
long have we been doing this?
Yeah, we can continue. Martin and Jeanette, today we are surrounded by your family and your friends, all of whom have gathered to witness your marriage and to share in the joy of this occasion, which should be one of the happiest days of your lives. So you're allowed to smile.
All right. I'm trying my hardest.
Your decision to marry is an expression of your love for each other, your faith in your future together, and a sign of your commitment to one another. Martin and Jeanette have decided to incorporate a hand fasting, a Scottish hand fasting, into their ceremony today. This is an old Scottish custom, and it's where the phrase tying the knot comes from. In keeping with the Scottish tradition of joining two families together, I request, as this is a time of peaceful celebration, could any guests in the room who have any skiing doos or any old claymores,
Stephen.
please place them at your feet. Don't want to frighten our English cousins away. Thank you. Jeanette and Martin. Please, Jeanette, will you please place your...
Oh, sorry.
Can you please place your left hand on top of Martin's left hand? And Martin, can we ask you to tie the knot?
A reef knot, mate. Remember the Boy Scouts?
Martin has now bound you together by the sash. Martin and Jeanette, today you have chosen each other as life's partners. Will you promise to love and be faithful to each other for all of your lives?
We promise.
Will you promise to share your happy and your sad times together?
We promise.
Will you promise to honour and respect each other?
We promise.
Can you just turn and face each other on the lip? Martin, please repeat after me. Jeanette, I vow to be your faithful husband
Jeanette, I vow to be your faithful husband
and invite you to share my life
and invite you to share my life
as I hope to share yours.
as I hope to share yours.
I promise to always respect you
I promise to always respect you
and honour you
and honour you
as an individual
as an individual
and be conscious of your needs.
and be conscious of your needs.
I give myself to you as I am
I give myself to you as I am
and as I will be for all of my life.
and as I will be for all of my life.
Whatever may come,
Whatever may come,
I will always be there.
I will always be there.
And as I have given you,
And as I what, say that again?
and as I have given you
And as I have given you
my hand to hold,
my hand to hold,
so I give you my life to keep.
so I give you my life to keep.
Jeanette, please repeat after me. Martin, I vow to be your faithful wife.
I managed it.
Martin,
Martin.
I vow to be your faithful wife.
I've been getting this. I know it wasn't happen. I
Vow
vow to
be your faithful wife
be your faithful wife.
and invite you to share.
Invite. I'm sorry.
I was supposed to be the bad one.
I've tried for the laugh. I'm sorry.
That's okay, don't worry.
Well, Hill Monday, we're all right.
Sorry.
I invite you to share my life
I invite you to share my life
as I hope to share yours.
as I hope to share yours.
I promise to always respect you
I promise to always respect you
and honour you
and honour you
as an individual
as an individual
and to be conscious of your needs.
and to be conscious of your needs.
I give myself to you as I am
I give you myself to you as I am
and as I will be
and as I will be
for all of my life.
for all of my life.
Whatever may come,
Whatever may come,
I will always be there.
I will always be there.
And as I have given you
And as I have given you
my hand to hold,
my hand to hold,
so I give you my life to keep.
I give you my life to keep.
The knots of this binding are not formed by this cloth, but instead by your vows. Either of you may drop the cloth, for always you hold in your own hand the making of this union. You can still hold her.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding while Martin and Jeanette make their declarations.
Okay, you okay? I'm all right. All right.
The legal impediments have been explained to you both, and I can confirm that the requirements of that law preliminary to this marriage have been satisfied. Can I now ask you both if you are ready without reservation to be joined here today in matrimony?
We do.
Martin and Jeanette, face each other and take each other's right hand. Martin, please repeat after me. I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Martin Robert Adamson,
to witness that I, Martin Robert Adamson,
do solemnly and sincerely declare
do solemnly and sincerely declare
that I know of no legal impediment
that I know of no legal impediment
to my marrying Jeanette Margaret Cogan,
to my marrying Jeanette Margaret Cogan,
and that I accept you, Jeanette,
and that I accept you, Jeanette,
as my lawful wife,
as my lawful wife. I'll know you there.
to the exclusion of all others.
To the exclusion of all others.
Jeanette, please repeat after me. I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Jeanette Margaret Cogan,
to witness that I, Jeanette Margaret Cogan,
do solemnly and sincerely declare
do solemnly and sincerely declare
that I know of no legal impediment
that I know of no legal impediment
to my marrying Martin Robert Adamson,
to my marrying Martin Robert Adamson,
and that I accept you, Martin,
and I accept you, Martin,
as my lawful husband,
as my lawful husband,
to the exclusion of all others.
so married.
You've been practicing that age?
Since birth.
Sorry, what?
To the exclusion of all others.
To the exclusion of all of us.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
So sorry.
Please have done it. Martin and Jeanette have chosen to exchange rings today, and although this is not a legal requirement, it is tradition. A ring was chosen as a symbol of marriage because of its shape. It has no beginning and no end, and therefore should represent your constant and everlasting love for each other. Can we have the rings, please?
Oh, there you are.
Martin, please take Jeanette's ring and place it on her left hand. And repeat after me. Jeanette, I give you this ring
Jeanette, I give you this ring
as a token of my love
as a token of my love
and as a symbol of the promises
and as a symbol of the promises
we have made today.
we have made today.
Wear it always,
Wear it always,
and when we are apart,
and when we are apart,
look upon it
look upon it
and know I am with you.
and know I'm with you.
Jeanette, please take Martin's ring. And repeat after me. Martin, I give you this ring
Martin, I give you this ring
as a token of my love
as a token of my love
and as a symbol of the promises
and as a symbol of my promises
we have made today.
we have made today.
Wear it always,
Wear it always,
and when we are apart,
and when we are apart,
look upon it
look upon it
and know I am with you.
and know I am with you.
These rings were given and received as a symbol of your love and commitment to one another. However, it is the solemn vows that you have taken which will join you together for life. Martin and Jeanette, in some ways tomorrow is going to seem no different than today, but today you have given and received one of the most valuable gifts, the gift of true and abiding love within the devotion of marriage. From this day forward, let your marriage be a partnership created for your mutual happiness. May this love with which you have joined hands and hearts here today grow deeper and stronger with the passing of the years. Following the binding declarations which you have made before me and before your witnesses, it gives me great pleasure to hereby declare that you, Jeanette, and you, Martin, are now husband and wife. Congratulations.
I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh, yeah, yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can.
Ladies and gentlemen, before you continue with your celebrations today, I'd just like to say it has been a pleasure for me to have met you both and to have conducted the wedding ceremony here today, and just to wish you all the very best in your lives together. Congratulations.
That way.
Thank you. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you to please be upstanding for Mr. and Mrs. Adamson.
There you go.
I wanna grow old with you. I wanna die lying in your arms. I wanna grow old with you. I wanna be looking in your eyes. I wanna be there for you, sharing in everything you do. I wanna grow old with you. 1,000 miles between us now. It causes me to wonder how our love tonight remains so strong. It makes our wrists
stand up, man.
There'll be somebody say that, and it's early on. Well, don't worry, I'll not keep you long, because everybody knows I'm not a big talker. Ladies and gentlemen, finish it. Everybody, first and foremost, can we thank everybody for making such an effort to come here today on our wedding weekend. See, I'm Connor, right? I hope you all enjoyed last night's entertainment. Yeah. Where's Kevin? Yeah. And Ernie, and Chrissy. There you go. Well done. And I hope the directions on the invites got you here okay. Because none of you got lost, you know. You know, most cars have got sat navs now, so and I'll be lost without mine. I'd like to officially welcome you to Balafi House Hotel today, and I'm sure you'd agree with me that it's a fantastic location. It really is, and we're over the moon, you know, where we're booked. And I hope you're all happy with your rooms. Yep. And it's traditional on your wedding day for the bride and groom to stay in the bridal suite, but we nearly didn't, because we had a tour of the place, and you know they're showing you around, and this is the bridal suite. My lady wife took one look at the 4-poster bed and said, I ain't sleeping in there. It might be full of spiders. Well, you're right. I convinced her that there was a cleaner went in, took all the spiders out and put them in arbitrary. I'd like to thank my wife's parents, Boy and Jill, for accepting me into your family. And I've promised to make sure she looks after me properly. I'd also like to thank Jeanette's brothers, Rob and Don, for, you know, because whenever I'm in their company, they make me feel more than welcome. So thank you for that. And Jeanette's boys, sorry if I'm... Matt for loving 80s music as much now as I did then. I probably still do. Josh for having somebody on the same wavelength when watching football. Bradley for... What's it? Sorry. Bradley for giving me an insight to what it must be like to be a taxi driver over the last 10 years. And I'm sure if I did another job, I've done the training for that one. Now, on my side of the family. Aha. Mum, Dad, I'd like to thank you both for bringing up such a talented, successful, incredibly handsome son. Thanks for everything you do, not just for me, but for the both of us. Shut up, efforts. Yeah. Now, another one we, this is the hard bit.
You've done the hard bit.
On my mum and dad, we nearly lost my dad about 4 years ago. And he's still here. I thought it'd be fine.
No. You were fine.
And I'd just like to say he's an inspiration to me, and if I've become half the man he is, I've done very well in my life. Tomorrow's and Bradley, you've been like brothers to me. Morris for all the rabbit on I do about Jeanette. Bradley for setting the bar so high last year when you got married after a 10-year engagement. So happy anniversary for us. Now, to say that you get the best advice of your parents. Not always. I'd like to take my mum and dad back to a bit of advice they gave me about 12 years ago at my granny's 80th party. Right? Now I was a single guy then. I hadn't met my beautiful wife by then. And it's been an odd number. I was always last in for the taxis at the end of the night. I used to just sort of say, oh no, I'll get the next one. You're alright, all the couples, away you go. But anyway, on this particular night, my mum and dad decided to take everybody home. And again, being the last one standing, while the couples got in. You have to bear in mind, come the end of the night, I'd had a few shandies, you know. So, when my mum said those immortal words to me, don't worry, it's only up the road, just get in the boot. I'll tell you what, I've had better journeys home and I still think my back has ever been the same. So the moral of that story is, if you're at a family do, if the car's full, wait for the next one. I'd like to thank the backing singers, or the bridesmaids, sorry, for helping Jeanette out today.
It might have been the other way around.
Okay. And Leanne for doing the hair, and making them look even more beautiful than they already were.
Oh, thank you.
Hang on a bit, wait a minute, lost my track here. Now, speaking of bridesmaids, I must introduce you to Nicola. Because a few weeks ago, we'd sort of done another recce and shown the best man and, you know, the bridesmaid up and had a bit drawn up here and sitting in the car. And Jeanette had said to Nicola, Nicola, later on when we're at the disco, you don't worry about your dress getting caught in your shoes.
Oh my God.
And she said, Don't worry, I'm just going to tuck it into my knickers. So can I just point out that this is Nicola, pay particular attention to her when she dances it up. Okay? Now, there's a few people that couldn't be here today. Cheryl, Kylie, Beyonce. Martin, excuse me the invitation.
George!
All right. But anyway, but seriously, on both sides of the family, there is some people who couldn't be here for various reasons. So if you could raise your glasses with me for absent friends, please. Absent friends. Okay. As you all know, this is the happiest day of my life, and I must thank Jeanette for pointing that out to me. I must also thank her for accepting my proposal, which I have to be honest, wasn't my finest moment. I had some big idea about, you know, doing some romantic gesture even, for the cheap packet. I thought we'll go up to Stirling, see the castle, and, you know, I'll do it then. So, went to the castle, done the tour, and, you know, walked outside, and it was pissing down. Actually, before I go any further, my mum has told me to tone my swearing down today, so I'll do my fucking best. Back to the proposal. So anyway, walked outside, it was pissing down, and it just killed the moment. Another time, we're walking along the prom spittle, you know, Sunday, and I think, oh, I'm going to ask her now, you know. And her phone went, little text message to say one of her cousin's kids had been taken into hospital. Nothing serious, but again, it just killed the moment. So the third attempt still didn't go according to plan. Again, we're walking, hang on, because I'm way ahead of myself, I'm dealing with the beats. So we're walking along, again, little prom, and I said to her, look, you know, why don't we just go and take a little walk along the beach? She says, well, the tide's coming in. Oh man, you've got ages before it gets up, it'll be alright, you know. So anyway, so we get down, walking on the water, like this, you know, and I just turned to her, grabbed her in my arms,
Bottled it.
couldn't get the words. I just started spitting, I went, love you! She went, love you too! So, literally, about another 10 minutes along the road, along the water, I said to her, look, you know, I managed to get the words out. And she said yes, but she didn't actually say yes, she went, yes, but can we move because I can feel the sea in my feet. I did ask Jeanette actually the other day, you know, what did you think of us when she first met us, you know? And she says, well, I was working in Morrison's checkouts and saw you used to come in for your sandwiches and that, and she says, so, well, I thought you were something handsome from afar, you know? Oh, aye, great. She says, what do you think of us now? She says, I think you're far from handsome. I mean, you know, we get on together, we really do. And she lets me do things on my own, which is great. I mean, when we go shopping, she lets me carry all the bags. When I cook a meal, she lets me wash the pans and fill the dishwasher. And I'll be honest, she's never complained once when I do the hoovering. I mean, don't get me wrong, like every relationship, you know, we have ups and downs. Generally, when we're talking to people on the street, we look up and they look down. Sorry. Now, everybody knows my two passions in life are football and music. And Jeanette shares those two passions. Not with quite the insane enthusiasm as me, mind. But no, some of you guys may know that we're both season ticket holders at Newcastle. Yes! You see? You know, so I'm sitting there and, well, I don't know, where's Johnny? Oh, there he is. You know, we'll be sitting in the match and Johnny will come up with, oh, that left back's a bit good and that's a good cross. Jeanette comes up with things like, oh look, the goalie's had a haircut. And my personal favourite, you see these guys 2 seats wrong? The wife's not using the right washing powder, their stripes are a bit grey. This is when we're at the match. And on the music side, I generally try and get myself to maybe 3 concerts a year. And you know, when you go to a concert, you know, you get yourself geared up beforehand, you play the band's music, you know, and you keep saying, are they going to play this track, are they going to play that track, and we'll get there, you know, and I've always booked the best seats, and with a pint, we get sat down, the lights go down, and she goes, who was seen tonight? Oh, no, hang on, I'm away here myself here, like I'm doing well. Now, everybody knows that I'm like a bad doctor. I've got no patience, right? No. Right? Sorry, just stand up. Sorry. Jeanette's got loads. Now, about 3 years ago, Jeanette started to get pains in her hand. Doing well, huh?
Keep going.
And after a couple of visits to the doctors and a couple of specialists, she was diagnosed with an aggressive giant cell tumour. Now, although that tumour isn't cancerous, what she's been through over the last few years just shows really what a fantastic lady she really are. She's had 7 operations on her hand, 2 on her foot, 140 plus trips to the hospital in the last 3 years. And I couldn't do it, and I commend you for being, your strength is just fantastic, Jeanette, it really is. No longer, boys, no longer. Oh, Jeanette, I love you for the love you give me. I love you for your humour. And most of all, I love you for being you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's me nearly done. Thank God. I've just got one thing to do, and that's to introduce the best man, Mr. Martin Bergen. Now, I've only asked him 2 questions. One was a few months ago. And I said, look, we're having a Scottish wedding, you know. I says, do you think I should book a piper? And he says, well, can you just check the football results in your phone or something? I thought that would be a bigger laugh. And the other question was, this morning when I was feeling a bit nervous, I said to him, look, you know, you've been married a long time, and you've got great marriages. 10 years. 10 years, yes. 10 years, I says, do you really think marriage is for better or worse? He says, well, to be honest with you, Martin, he says, you couldn't have done any better and she couldn't have done any worse. And I'd just like also to take a minute to thank Martin and Nicola for the input they've had over the last 2 years and what they've done for us. I mean, Martin, in fairness, I mean, if it's got our name on it, he's printed it. Making no mistake. It's consumed the lives for the past however months. We've spent hours and hours and nights at their house planning these things, and they've been absolutely fantastic. And if I could have a round of applause for him before he does his speech. And finally, this is just for me to you. I just like to thank everybody for making a fantastic effort to be with us for our wedding weekend. I mean, we couldn't have done it without you. It wouldn't have been the same, just a lot cheaper. Everybody, thank you very, very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure most of you know who I am, but for those of you that don't, my name is Martin Bergen.
Hello, Martin.
I do know. I'm proud to say that I've been best friends with Martin for almost 40 years. Now, as we both share the same first name, I think for the purpose of the speech it would be best to say that this is little Martin. Maybe before we go any further, concentrate on the screen rather than me.
You're better looking at that.
It's the only time I get talked about being big, because my wife will verify. Now, as a diligent best man, I thought it's only right that I should do lots of research about the early days. And even though I wasn't part of Martin's life for the first 4 to 5 years, it wouldn't be right to let this moment pass without sharing a couple of for no other reason than personally for you've never changed, it's just a mirror. Yeah, I've still got the hat. I first met Martin, and of course Morris, when we attended First School, aged about 7.
You're going to clip at you?
Full head of hair. At lunch times I used to go to my nana's for lunch, and the twins used to go to their granny White's. It was on these walks home at lunchtime that Morris and I entertained ourselves by usually beating Martin up. Luckily, little Martin, the kind of person he is, didn't hold it against us. If that wasn't enough, Martin went home one time from being at my house with a huge egg on his head. This was caused by me hitting him on the head with a cricket bat. However,
I remember it well.
It didn't knock any sense into you. It wasn't just our school days that we spent together. It was weekends, either Martin and Morris at my house or me at their house. Weekends were spent playing football, pretend to be pop singers, or at one of our favourite honors. Diane and Peter must have felt that they had triplets, not two. Many a weekend would consist of a sleepover, and the 3 of us in the same bedroom, and Peter having to tell us on numerous occasions to stop talking and go to sleep. Peter and Diane were like surrogate parents to me, and I have to thank you for being grateful for welcoming me into their home. Thanks, Peter and Diane. As we grew older, little Martin even started to go on holidays with me. Little Martin came with the Bergens to St Ives in Cornwall. However, didn't stop there, nor did the dodgy fashion choices.
Martin!
Little Martin came with... sorry, I've lost his face here. In 1986, little Martin, Neil Skelly, where are you, Neil? Went to Blackpool on the first boys' holiday. And I think the best way to say what happened in Blackpool should ever stay in Blackpool. But suffice it to say, it ended up with Martin getting beaten up again. As we grew older, our tastes did start to differ. While Morris and I would...
Let's just get Austria.
Alright. Come on, Mrs. Burke.
You didn't mention Austria?
As we grew older, our tastes did start to differ. While Morris and I would spend Saturdays playing football, Martin had a new love in his life: riding and mucking out horses. He would come home smelling of, well, exactly what you'd expect him to smell. During our teenage years, our love for music was very similar. We listened to mod music, dressed in Stay Best trousers, Fred Perry t-shirts and parkas. Regular Friday nights were spent at the under-18s disco at Caesar's Palace, where we discovered our new love, girls. Now, little Martin and I did have a certain location in Berwick where we would like to take these young ladies.
Whoa, man!
Fine. Guilty conscience. Huh? Guilty conscience, Martin.
It wasn't around Berwick walls.
Oh, that one!
Or the taking the views on the promenade. No, we were men of class. And we chose to take our ladies behind Job Centre. The less said about that, the better.
Yes.
Martin and I both left school at 16 and started our working lives. Although the first unofficial job was whilst we were still at school, working for Uncle Albert's silent video.
He's hiding in the corner.
A door-to-door video delivery service. And believe me, the range of videos offered catered. After this, little Martin went to work in the yard of a builder's merchants, Johnson and Payton, and I went to work for the local printers, Sheila Morrison. A couple of years after starting work, we celebrated a big milestone, our 18th birthday party.
Where did he get them?
Huh? How about you, kid? Where's before? I've lost before.
We are, go on. We are both
She's a foot taller than both of you.
We are both avid Newcastle United fans and started going to home games during the 1980s. Later we became season ticket holders and we regularly go to home games with Johnny D.
And
Andy Flatman.
Papa.
We saw some cracking games beating Barcelona at home.
Get up.
The 5-0 dropping of Manchester United. And ended up with a big night down at Newcastle in the big market celebrating. Wasn't it, Andy? Now, we haven't always seen eye to eye on every subject. And one area that we did begin to differ was music. Now, here I thought I would do a little comparison to show you just how much we differ. Me, the legend that is Neil Diamond, the Smiths, the Jam, the Killers, and of course the Mordfather himself, Paul Weller. All respectable, worthwhile musicians. Yeah? However, we have Adam and the Ants, Luther Vandross,
Yes.
Spandau Ballet,
Yes.
Michael Bourne, and of course his obsession with Apologies to everybody on the George Michael table. If I didn't know him better, I'd be worried. We did have a few years in our 20s when we did, unfortunately, our paths in life changed and we didn't see a lot of each other. This was something that I do regret, and it shouldn't have happened. However, after a few changes in our lives, our paths once again crossed and our strong relationship was rekindled again. This happened to coincide with the meeting of my now wife Nicola, and we all soon became firm friends. Fast forward 6 or 7 years, and Martin met Jeanette, and the friendship extended to 4. It's a great honour to be Martin's best man. You can tell from day one that Martin and Jeanette were made for each other. Even in the early days, they talked about when they would get married. And Martin constantly mentioned about when he would propose. The problem was, anniversaries, birthdays, you name it, came and passed. And still, he didn't propose. So eventually when he did, I think it was just, Jeanette was just pleased that the waiting was over. However, this was not the birth of Bridezilla, but the birth of Groomzilla. Oh yes, when it came to the wedding, Martin had more opinions than you can imagine. Don't believe that. But just 1 or 2 did creep into the day. Thankfully, just 1 or 2. What Martin didn't bank on was bridesmaidzilla, Nicola. Now, as best man, there are a few things that you are supposed to mention in your speech. And I am sure that you will agree with me that Jeanette and of course the bridesmaids look wonderful.
Oh.
Yeah. Whereas Martin, well, he looks like he was won in a raffle. Martin has made a great choice in Jeanette. They are soulmates. But how well does Jeanette really know Martin? Oh. Let's find out when we play. Oh, what?
Listen to the music. Listen to the music.
Did you have a laugh?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. John Michael.
No, it's One Direction.
One Direction?
Hey! Hang on. Playing? Hang on, you gotta be blindfolded.
You're having a laugh now, surely.
Yes,
Yes, laugh.
Of course we are.
Is that alright?
I can't see a thing.
Jeanette, would you like to stand up, please? No, let's stand up. Right. Jeanette, question 1. From the following 3 items, which would little Martin save in the fire first? A, his diamond encrusted cross earring. B, his
Oh, you've all left the room.
B, his George Michael back catalogue. Or C, his Newcastle United season ticket.
Oh, that's it. Jumpy! Season ticket. Yeah.
Season
No, we won't say it's season ticket because you only have to ring them and they replace it.
Question 2.
You didn't take my first answer though, did you?
I've got B, George Michael. Question 2. Which weird household routine did Martin used to do before he met you? A, clean religiously on a Tuesday and Thursday. B, open a bottle of tomato ketchup, count 6 weeks forward, and then mark it on his calendar, the date that he had to throw it out. Or C, sleep with his teddy bear.
Mark on the calendar when he had to throw the ketchup out.
I don't do that. Hopefully you've used it.
Question 3. Complete this well-known little Martin saying.
I can't believe I'm listening to One Direction at my wedding.
Oh, shut up.
Can I have ice and that? And I want the real stuff.
Say that again, I weren't listening.
Can I have... You're supposed to concentrate on me, not him. It's my turn.
Right, go on. Start again, sorry.
Can I have ice and that? And I want the real stuff.
Not the frozen stuff. And it's the fresh stuff, not the frozen stuff, he said.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right. Let's bring Martin back and see how Martin actually did.
What have I missed?
I think for the purpose of this bit, the two of you should stand up and hold hands.
Just to see, just for the whole ambience.
Come on.
Right, you all ready for this?
Martin, you need to answer these.
I need to what?
You need to answer these. Right. So, question 1. Which weird household routine did you used to do before you met Jeanette? A, clean religiously on a Tuesday and Thursday. B, open a bottle of tomato ketchup, count 6 weeks forward, then mark it on the calendar. Or C,
Take it as bathing.
sleep with your teddy bear.
Must be B.
Question 2. From the following 3 items, which would you save in the fire first? A, your your diamond encrusted cross earring, B, your George Michael back catalogue, or C, your Newcastle United season ticket?
That was it.
Think about it.
Think about it.
Think about it.
Got to see the season tickets.
Did you remind him?
But I really want to
You
see the
can
George
ring
Michael
up
back
again,
catalogue.
Question 3. Complete this well-known saying of yours.
My best man is a nightmare.
Not yet, he's not.
Can I have ice and that? And I want the real stuff.
The frozen stuff.
Well done, Mark and Jeanette. The perfect couple. Just before I finish off, I just want to say a quick few words about Jeanette. When she talked about wedding invitations, I came up with this design which you all got. She liked it straight away. And she wanted to carry the theme forward with the menus, with the favours, everything else. And I have to say that what's in front of you today is she's done a fantastic job. There's been a lot of sticking, a lot of hours put in, and I think you should just give Jeanette a round of applause. Touched on this, and I just want to say the two of them has picked a fantastic venue in Balathi House. The weekends so far has been fantastic. We're going to now sit down and have some lovely food and make it a memorable day for them both, for a perfect occasion for them. So therefore it gives me great pleasure to make a toast to say, ladies and gentlemen, please stand up and raise your glasses to Mr. and Mrs. Adamson.
I'm given a job. The last family wedding on our side we had was Brad and Sharon's, and Brad asked me to do the music when Sharon walked down the aisle, which was a great honour, no problem. The time before that, the family wedding we had was Albert and Susan, and Albert asked me to make a brief speech about my dad, who unfortunately couldn't make the wedding due to ill health, and as Martin said, it's great to see him here today. And I didn't know until last night that they wanted us to make a brief speech about the whiskey and stuff. But today I've taken on myself, if you'll indulge me, because I think a special mention, I'll try not to get as emotional as Martin, should be made one more time to Jeanette. Because, excuse me, I'm sure everybody in here, Martin's family and friends, will agree with me that over the last 7 years, I've never seen my brother as happy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Newcastle beat Sunderland in life. Because normally he's a right miserable bastard. Sorry, Bob. But in all seriousness, Jeanette, it's a testament to you that he's as happy, and you deserve a medal the size of a frying pan. So, if I could all just ask you just to raise your glasses. Jeanette, it's a pleasure to have you as a sister-in-law, and welcome to our family.
Jeanette.
Jeanette.
Jeanette and Martin with the song of their choice from the Overtones, Can't Take My Eyes Off You. love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. Pardon the way I stand. There's nothing else to compare. The song you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Martin's still got the moves. It's just like being at the Bows and Discos.
Unless love has arrived, and I think I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
For the next song, they're going to be a little less traditional than normal, so it's not going to be best man and bridesmaids and all that kind of stuff, but just couples. If you want to get up and have a dance, the bride and groom have asked for everyone to come up and have a dance to this one. It's a classic.
So true, funny how it seems, always in time, but never in line for dreams. Head over heels, went toe to toe. This is the sound of my soul. This is the sound. I bought a ticket to the world, but now I've come back again.
The sun shines on the Lord. Will me and my true love spend many days on the
you, as long as stars are above you, and longer if I can.